The phrase useful idiot has a long history, but its meaning has stayed surprisingly consistent. At its core, it describes someone who unknowingly serves the interests of another power or agenda. They believe they're fighting for justice or truth, but in reality, their actions end up amplifying someone else's propaganda or political goals. The person isn't usually malicious. The tragedy is that they're often sincere, yet blind to how they're being used. During the Cold War, Western writers, activists, and celebrities who praised Soviet policies without really knowing what life was like inside the USSR were called useful idiots. They weren't in on the game, but their voices gave legitimacy to Moscow's message abroad. That pattern still repeats today, just with different players. For example, when politicians or media figures in Europe echo talking points that soften the image of Russia's aggression, critics label them Putin's useful idiots. The same happens in the United States, when leaders downplay foreign threats in ways that align with adversaries' interests. Sometimes the phrase gets personal. One American politician was even called a useful idiot by his own cousin for parroting Kremlin-style rhetoric. The label also gets thrown at sections of the media. Coverage of conflicts like Israel and Gaza has been accused of playing into militant propaganda. Misreported stories, images shared without context, and one-sided framing can unintentionally serve groups looking to weaponize global opinion. That doesn't mean journalists or citizens want to help those groups, but the impact of their narratives can still tilt the battlefield. The internet has supercharged this problem. Social media rewards speed and outrage, not careful fact-checking. People who share dramatic claims without verifying them often think they're spreading awareness, but in reality, they may be serving the goals of foreign trolls, extremist groups, or bad actors who planted the story in the first place. In that sense, the digital world has created a mass factory of potential useful idiots. Every uncritical share or retweet can become a propaganda win for someone else. This is why the term remains sharp and relevant. It points to the gap between intention and impact. A politician may believe they're scoring points against rivals. A protester may believe they're fighting for justice, or a journalist may believe they're chasing a story. But if what they say or do advances the agenda of someone manipulative, whether Russia, China, or a militant group, then they risk being cast as useful idiots. The harshness of the phrase lies in its wake-up call. It warns that good intentions don't erase harmful consequences. In modern politics, awareness matters. People need to ask, who benefits if I say this? Who gains if I share this? What bigger picture might I be feeding without realizing it? Those questions are the antidote to being used. The lesson is clear. In an age of information wars, none of us are immune to manipulation. Critical thinking, skepticism, and careful fact-checking are the shields that keep us from being someone else's pawn. The phrase useful idiot may sound insulting, but it's ultimately a reminder that being informed and self-aware is more important than ever. And that's exactly the kind of conversation we love to have here at Intellings. We take apart loaded terms like this, trace their history, and see how they shape our politics and media today. If you found this breakdown helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Stay tuned, because next time we'll dive into another concept shaping how the world thinks and how the world manipulates. This is Intellings, where big ideas meet real-world consequences.